Hello everyone, welcome to this video entitled Science Education Practical, and in this video we will learn how to make working model as teaching learning materials. And for this particular work we have selected the physical science topic entitled Types of motion, and this model will be compatible for teaching students of class 8. The subject is obviously, as you can understand by now, is physical science, and in this particular model that we are going to make, it is a working model, and in this particular model the types of motions that we will portray are oscillatory motion, circulatory motion, vibratory motion, rectilinear motion, rotational motion, periodic motion, and lastly downhill motion. So to start with, we first let us know what are the materials that we require to make this video. Most of the materials we will use are available in our house and will not cost us much. So start with colorful chart papers, use pen, refills of pens, thermocol sheets or pieces, empty pen boxes, Christmas balls that we use for decoration, pins, gum or glues, bordering color tape, sellotape, cardboards, ice cream sticks, toy cars, matchbox, empty obviously, rubber band, thread, and cap of mosquito vaporizer liquid. So to start with the procedure of making the video, let us see what we should do. So at the first stage we need to take big sheets of thermocol and cut them accordingly to give a proper square or rectangular shape that is sufficient to accommodate these 6-7 types of motion models. So here we have used two medium sized thermocol pieces that we have joined from the center. You can use a single piece also. Now once the cardboard you have sealed and packed, you need to wrap it up with a chart paper. Here we have used a white sheet to cover the whole thermocol sheet. Now once the thermocol sheet is covered, we have taken a cardboard or a piece board and we have folded the piece board and given that a V shape. Once it has given a V shape, after that we have also wrapped that V shaped structure with a white piece of paper as well, just like the thermocol sheet. Now we have placed the V-shaped structure on the thermocol sheet, but we haven't pasted it now. We will do that later. This V-shaped structure will be used as the name card for the working model. Now moving forward, in this particular slide what we can see, to begin with the work we have taken a brown chart paper and we have take out two pieces of brown chart paper, maybe of 10 to 12 centimeter of width, and the length will be as per the thermocol sheet that you are using as the base. And we have pasted that brown sheets on the in the center of the total white thermocol sheet, and we have small pieces of white papers that we have pasted on the brown sheet to give it a look like a road, as we can see in the roads that is being shown in the fourth diagram in this particular layout. Now once that is done, we have taken 4 to 5 empty pen boxes and we have sealed the sides of the pen boxes after taking out the pens from them, and upon sealing the sides very neatly we have covered the pen boxes with colorful chart papers with help of gum, sellotape and scissors. Now we have taken used ice cream sticks. These are also available in the market in fresh form, we can use that also. So what we have done with the ice cream sticks, we have kept two ice cream sticks intact and we have cut small pieces out of two another ice cream sticks, and we have used those small pieces that we have cut as the steps of the ladder and the intact two pieces at the two side pieces of the ladder. Thus we have made a ladder using gums and tapes using the ice cream sticks. Now We have taken another empty pen box, and upon sealing the edges, we have covered it with another piece of chart paper. We have used a gray chart paper, as you can see in the figure, and we have, for testing only as of now, we have placed the ladder in an inclined position, and to support this setup we have used small thermocol pieces. You can use thermocol pieces of triangular or rectangular or square shapes beneath the covered box, so that it doesn't fall down once you place them on the main platform. Now in the next step, we have to make a windmill. To make a windmill, we have taken a 15 centimeter by 15 centimeter colored chart paper, and we have drawn the ordinates of the colored chart paper of the square of that we have been made of the colored chart paper, and we have pointed the center of the square, and in all the corners we have drawn the lines, and in the alternative sides of the corners we have put a blue dot, as you can see in the frame. Now as per the line drawn, we have made a cut in each four sides of the square till 2/3 towards the center of the square. After the cut has been done, we have folded the alternate sides, taking the dots and pasted them and gathered them into the center, and using a pin we have fixed them, and gradually, as you can see in the diagram, that our windmill is ready. Once the windmill is ready, what we have done, we have used a small piece of paper both at the top and at the bottom to give support to the association of the four knots, and seal that with a tip of gum. In the next step, we have gathered empty pen and taken out the refills and the caps off from those pens, and we have also, you can see, collected 3 Christmas balls and 1 cap of the mosquito vaporizer refill that we very often use in our houses. Now what to do with this? In the next slide, what we can see, we are making a rupture on each of the tips of the pens that we have been taken after taking out the refills. But remember one thing, all these ruptures or the hole you are making, that has to be in the sidewise tip of the pen. Now we also need to take empty refills. We need to cut them from two sides. We have to omit the nib from both sides or the either side of them where they are. Then you have to, with some strength, place it in between the two holes that we have made on the tops of the pen's body and fit them as shown in the figure, in the second picture basically. Now in this frame again we have taken a matchbox, and we have to take out the inner part of the matchbox, and in the four corners of the matchbox we need to make 4 holes, and among those 4 holes, considering 2 each present in the shorter sides, we need to put threads within those, and we need to knot the threads at the top so that it takes like a seesaw type of structure. And in the second picture what we can see, we have taken a Christmas ball and we have tied a thread with that, and we have also knotted the other end of the thread with the refill, and we have placed that into the stand. Now we need to take another refill, and we need to omit the two ends of the refill. One is the nib and the other side also, and we have fitted 2 Christmas balls in the two ends of the nib. And now we have ruptured the nib at the middle using a pin. Then we also punctured the tip of the mosquito vaporizer refill cap, and then we put the total setup into that hole. In the second diagram, as we see, we have used another stand, and the thing we made with the matchbox, we have hung that in this particular setup. Now gradually we have made the all separate setups or structures required for this model Now the time to assemble all of them together to get the final output. For this particular purpose, what we have done? We have done, as the brown path was already made, the rest white area we have segregated that into 6 separate blocks with pencil, and then gradually we have demarcated those blocks to beautify the model also with red glossy tape. After the taping procedure is done, we will set up the structures one by one. Once the windmill, then the dumbbell like structure with the mosquito repellent refill cap, then the ladder and the slant, gradually all of them, and then the final layout will look like this. So here we can see a final layout, that how it will look like. But our work is not yet over. There are many specifications to be done now. So for that, we have taken different size and colors of colored chart papers, and using sketch pen or tip ballpoint pens and markers, we have made several dedicated labels, and we will now subsequently paste all these labels at the specific positions so that our model is well labeled, and it will become easier for the students to see and understand, and it is also becomes easy for the teacher to just point that and the student will of their own understand to what the teacher is pointing at. So as a result of that, upon labeling, what we can see, our model, this is the final output of our working model. So at the top, the title of the model is given, types of motions, then we have oscillatory motion, then the tag circular motion followed by vibratory motion. The path we have made with the brown chart papers. This is an example of our rectilinear motion with the two tiny toy cars on that running straight, and then we have the windmill spinning, the pendulum like structure with the periodic motion, and lastly the slant and the ladder denoting the downhill motion for us. So student, as you can see, this is a very easy way of making a walking model using very simple items. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching patiently. If there is any feedback, please feel free to share with us. Thank you, thanks once again.